It's week 3 of the 2031 season, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Cowboys and the Vikings, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends. But come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up,
all right, just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
a lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
On play action, here's McCarthy. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
This opening drive not going as scripted. It is 3rd and long. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
On 4th down, here comes J.K. Scott to punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
One thing that was pretty evident when we had a chance to talk to him, Mike, is this guy, he just wasn't satisfied with his individual performance. They came away with the win, and that was great. But one area that seems to continue to hold him back is that he's predetermining where he goes with the ball. Not only did it lead to the 2 interceptions.
He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Tight end going in motion here. He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now, faking the give. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
What did this defensive play caller tell us all week, Mike? They wanted to come out and set the tone of this game, dictate the terms of how this game would be played. And man, through the first drive here, boy, have they ever.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
On 4th down, on comes the rookie, Will Reichard, to try this Viking field goal. This one from 47 yards out. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
2nd down and 3. In motion, Lamb. Now a give up the middle. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
He's going to air this one out to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Dallas. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Next to score, Cowboys 7, Vikings 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he's going to be marked down, bringing it all the way to the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is McCarthy. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up. It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he won't get much. Taken down at about the 12. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw, it's McCarthy. That's taken in by Franklin. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, it's McCarthy. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he will power his way into the end zone. J.J. McCarthy, touchdown Vikings. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. He's going to run it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
He's close to a first down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. In motion, Lamb. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one. And down he goes.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any. They'll defend this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now McCarthy. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He's going to have that 1st down, gain of 6, as they convert on 3rd down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
To the air once more is McCarthy. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Quick throw, taken in, and they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. Going for it all. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard. Sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Throwing again is McCarthy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop. Gets in to bring him down. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. It's the Vikings with the edge. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now they'll set up to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
This fielded inside the 35. The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Play action now. It's McCarthy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now a give on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5. And here comes third down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. Brings up third down.
Throwing now, it's McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll start out first down and 10. The ball comes out. The Vikings have got it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a
Previous play
replay.
is under review.
We might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They send the tight end in motion. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And the Cowboy first down.
Putting the tight end in motion. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Tight end going in motion here. To the left side, caught by Lamb. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
A gain of 5. First down, Dallas.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
At the 11-yard line, a 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
In motion, Lamb. Up the middle they go. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Here's a run. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is a 1st National Football League touchdown for this rookie back. That is a moment, Greg, that he will cherish forever.
You got to hope he finds that ball. I could promise you every player who has ever scored an NFL touchdown, they have that first one somewhere. I know where mine is. It sits right on top of my shelf. It's a special moment, and they're hoping it's the first of many for this young back.
His kick is good. Makes the score Cowboys 14, Vikings 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. That'll be intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see, and it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a 1st down. The drive will start on the ground. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 20.
Here's McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
They'll go with a counter on first down. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Linebacker Fred Warner brings him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He's going to let this one go deep.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly, and even though that one falls incomplete.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. That's into the hands of Lamb. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Here's their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The home team's offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Cowboys are in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin with a couple of the classic franchises in the NFL. Washington on the road, taking on Green Bay at Lambeau. And it's the home team who are out in front. The Packers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Keon Coleman, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium. See what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. and they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Drake May has thrown a touchdown pass. These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cowboys offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Cowboys.
A handoff as they try to run it here. Not much there. Maybe a yard. They send the tight end in motion. He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd down, 3 to go. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. That's going to be out of bounds, no return. And the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 28-yard line.
Now McCarthy. That one into the hands of Jefferson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Troy Franklin, the intended target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and 4th down is coming up.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Crazy. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. putting the tight end in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Tight end going in motion here. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll let this go for Pickens. And that'll be in and out of his hands. It's incomplete. Here's a third down and 4. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
They'll stick with him again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to third down. They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. They'll look to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Cowboys are going to open up a 2-touchdown lead, 24-10. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The whole team's offense ready to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Now they'll run. It's a counter. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
It's the pick number 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw, it's McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
At the 37-yard line.
To throw is McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
At the 41-yard line.
Handoff here, up the middle. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Throwing now, it's McCarthy. He'll go right back to Jefferson. They connect again.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of a yard makes it 3rd and 11.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today.
The Cowboys take over first and
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
it's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
33-yard line. A 5-yard gain of the play. 1st down, Cowboys.
They'll stay on the ground. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now this time they'll look to throw. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up the 1st down.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game.
He is in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The extra point, up and good. And the Cowboys will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. He's got his man, Jefferson. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. He keeps it himself. And McCarthy's going to get down and pick up the first down. Good, smart play with the slide by J.J.
That's good for the Vikings. First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Cowboys' 43-yard line.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. He'll get this out to his running back. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Here's McCarthy. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They put Pickens in motion. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And that'll set up 4th down. Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. So now this team's offense ready for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. A throw over the middle going to be caught by Franklin. They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. 13 yards on the catch there. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 46-yard line.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And he's going to have that first down across midfield and down to the 46-yard line.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. There he goes again. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Anytime you're having a really good drive like this, Mike, you just hate to see it stall out on the fringe of the red area. But in this case, not only do they pick up some good yardage on the ground, they get a fresh set of downs to hopefully go in and finish this drive with a touchdown.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now McCarthy. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will score. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Minnesota. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. He'll drop to throw. Oh, a loose football. The Vikings have got it. When the ball comes out and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit. As they get set to take over, they'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. Here's a toss as they look to run. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He'll let this go towards the end zone.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
On 3rd and long, here's McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown, and instead the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
Try the right side this time. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll let this go for Pickens. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. Hunt team out, ready to send this one away. As they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This one, returnable. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. They'll look to set up the screen here. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10.
To the air once more is McCarthy. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Cowboys have it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now give on the ground, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now a handoff, running right. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get 15 on that game. First down, Cowboys. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Right back to him on first down. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, they'll use another timeout on this side of it at 1:55. To the ground, a first down run. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They put Pickens in motion. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
The field goal is good.